What's going on, guys? This is Maury,
Pat, and Dave from the Erie Better Beer Bureau. Today we have our first Jack's Abbey brew we're going to be reviewing. This is actually a collaboration between Lawson's Finest Liquids and Jack's Abbey. This is their smoked maple lager, which is lager, some smoked malts, and some of the old standard maple syrup, right from Lawson's.
Maple and smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, it
little
is
smokies. I mean, I'm getting breakfast sausage out of this aroma.
Maple breakfast sausage.
Yeah, maple smoked breakfast sausage.
definitely smoky. There's a caramel sweetness in there, and I agree, the maple is detectable. And, it isn't always with maple beer. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I do feel like you can definitely pick it up in this one.
Yeah, and they say on here that they add brewed with 1 gallon of maple syrup per beer. So
Per barrel.
Or per barrel,
Yeah.
sorry, not per beer. Yeah, per barrel, a gallon of maple syrup.
Per beer would be my kind of.
Per beer, that would be incredible. Per barrel, it's definitely detectable on the aroma though. The smoke malt is definitely detectable, and I got that nice little lager background to
I'm
this
even
beer,
getting a
too.
little bit of a buttery.
Yeah, I can see
aroma
that.
on this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's smoky right up front, and it smooths right out, doesn't
It
it?
does, yeah. It hits you with a ton of smoke up front. And the smoke doesn't totally fade on the back end of the palate, but it gives way to a little bit of like a sugary sweetness,
Yeah,
a little bit
yes.
of maple. I get a little more maple on the aroma than I do on the flavor, but it's still there. And then you get that nice, smooth, creamy lager on the finish.
Actually, yeah, it's surprising that the smoke in this beer is mostly on the front end.
Right.
I mean, smoke tends to be a pretty dominant flavor throughout the taste of a beer, but this one tends to fade away pretty quick. I'm actually
It does.
surprised.
It's still, I can still
lingers
pick it up,
fair, but
it doesn't linger too much, and that's kind of nice because if you're one of those people who doesn't necessarily love smoky beers, this would be a good one to try because it is smoky, but it's not like it takes over the entire beer. I'm getting kind of that caramel sweetness.
Yeah, I get it on the back end.
Yeah, especially middle to back end. I'm going to give this one a 4.25. I mean, as far as smoked lager could go with a little bit of that maple sweetness, some caramel notes towards the middle, it's not overly sweet, it's not overly smoky, it's really well balanced. I'm going 4 1/4.
all right, for this beer, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. It's a solid beer. It smells like breakfast sausage and bacon in a glass, like from your plate at breakfast. It's a pretty good beer. I mean, usually with a lot of smoked beers, they do get a little bit overwhelming on the smoke usually. That's not really the case in this beer. It's actually rather pleasant. Mm-hmm. I do like the touch of maple at the end. There is like an actual touch of maple taste at the end, which I enjoy that too. But I'm finding the aftertaste is just like a hair cloying. Just something just a hair off for me in the aftertaste that I just don't like it really sitting in my mouth for too long. But it's definitely a solid beer. I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with Maury on this one. I'm going to 4.25. I can see what you're saying about the aftertaste. There is a lingering flavor in your mouth. I'm personally not minding it all that much. Smoked beers in general aren't really my thing, but this one I'm really enjoying. I think it's that maple sweetness on the back end that kind of balances everything out, and I like the the addition of the lactose sugar with those lager yeasts is giving it a nice creamy mouthfeel. And yeah, frankly, I'm liking a lot of different characteristics about this beer. Going 4.25.
Till next time.
Cheers.
All right, what's going on, guys? This is Maury.
Pat?
And Dave from the Erie Better Beer Beer. That was terrible. I was adjusting your legs touching mine, and I'm all like,
You're like, and Dave.
all right, let's roll that one again.